Well, hello everybody. Doing a cold winter walk here in Cambridge, Ontario. It's funny, I just had to turn my neighbor around there. He thought, oh no, the guy's got no car, gotta go pick him up. But just doing a walk so I can do my Facebook Live. I was just about to start it, so glad I didn't. It's a good one. I nailed a big nerve in the United States, and I tagged Facebook fact check, so in my Elon Musk, and they're coming on hard, but they can't take the video down, trying to say it's fiction, it's not true, but there lies the problem. In this video, we'll see what comes of Facebook fact check, but they're going to be hard pressed. And I made this follow-up video for everybody. Americans don't realize that the idea of a citizen is not really codified very largely in the world. There's been monumental changes by the American government, at least through the power of executive president and foreign treaties and massive works on many countries post-World War II. Obviously, everybody knows about Nazi Germany and what the United States and USSR did with Germany and divided it east-west. We saw that in Berlin. Communism and a democratic republic on the other side. 89, the Berlin Wall fell, and US didn't just do that with Germany, they've done that, and then same with the Soviet Union. 85 countries from World War II. Largely, they began again in the late 60s. You can thank President Richard Nixon for that. That's the truth. All the way through the 70s and all the way up to Ronald Reagan. And you will look at Democrat presidents in massive logged speeches. I can't make them up. It's those presidents, and they talk, all of them, Democrat or Republican alike, about this evil, this evil, foreign or domestic, if you want to call it, but it comes from a far off land, and this crown, and people don't want to look at that. And for Facebook fact check and all these who think they're so knowledgeable, especially Americans, I make this about royalties to really highlight the truth of it. In colonial times, these monarchies, royalties existed for them and them alone. It was move into foreign territories, countries, and rob them blind. No royalty regimes other than royal families or whomever's the elite running the country. The people ripped off of all their resources. No bigger scam is diamonds. Diamonds globally. We see it with all of Africa. We see it in Canada. Canada still to this day. We are not citizens here. We're not. Just like Nazi Germany, who was built off of us. Just like South Africa, built off of us. They came after, folks. They came after. And it's always about moving into a country, replacing the domestic population with one foreign, and their subjects over what they define are savages, non-human beings. USA, Russia, China, begrudgingly UK and France all agree to those terms. They're logged forever in history. 1941, the Atlantic Charter done in Newfoundland, and of course the Yalta Conference, USSR. You'll find that in Moscow. UK agreed. They agreed to end the British Empire. It was the only way they were going to get bailed out, or they were going to get turned into a Nazi Germany. That's a fact. France already fell, folks. These are all colonials who had one thing in common. No such thing as a citizen, no human rights. It was class structure, and then a savage peoples. Every single one. Now, most of the world's changed. USA itself, under a tremendous amount of presidents, have changed that globally. 85 countries, they've been responsible for changing subjects and savages into citizens. We watched South Africa, pure dismemberment. Elon Musk's family did not go through it. They escaped. Where did they escape to? Just like Hitler, believe it or not, Hitler and the designers of South Africa, you will find a log of transportation, just like Imperial Japan. How did they go colonial? Well, they learned in British Columbia, Canada. You will find historical logs of all of these countries moving into the Canadian design. Where did they go? The large 90% unceded land called British Columbia, where they learned the Canadian governing system of pure British crown, a stolen crown that they could utilize. Learn to be good colonial colonizers. That's the truth of it. I implore every American, Facebook fact checker, don't matter, Democrat, Republican, you enjoy the definition of a real citizen, a we the people. That is not Canada. It never has been. We are one of the oldest. In fact, the first design from 1867. It's never been dismembered. We are not citizens. Go look at our Citizenship Act. There's nothing in there that says you're a citizen. In fact, it says the opposite. Don't believe the title. Read the act. You find out you're a subject, born or you immigrate, but you pledge an allegiance to that crown and you are made a subject. It's backed up in the Constitutional Acts of Canada. Your preamble, your last 3 sentences of the Canadian Constitutional Acts, alive and well today as I walk and give this video. Never repealed, never amended, always the same. The exact same design as what was Nazi Germany that Americans said had to go. South Africa, same exact constitution, same design, had to go. We can go through 85 other fucking countries in this world. USA said it had to go. Many presidents, many, through executive power of treaty, had that happen in the name of America, in the name of we the people. They said that's the way the world should be. That's a good world. That's the design in real human rights for human beings. You know, human beings. Crown colonials don't give definition of human beings. They say the only human beings are the first class, the divine elite that they've named in Crown. And it's forever been that way. Elon Musk, his entire family, Crown. But I'm going to give something to everybody, especially Americans. You want to learn about royalties. You want to know why your state taxes are low, and for most part, very poor states even balance their budgets today. It's because of the royalty regimes. You, the people, I implore every American, doesn't matter what state you're from, you all have aggressive royalty rules and rules of governance governing that gives the people the revenue secured from things like diamonds, gold, precious metals, minerals, all kinds of things for foreign companies. They pay large, and it pays so much for the American people as it should be. Huge royalty regimes. You won't find that in Canada. In fact, you can go look at De Beers, who pays $252 as of last year for hundreds of millions in diamonds they've extracted from Ontario, Canada. Exactly the same way as they did in South Africa. These companies is exactly the same way they did as Nazi Germany all over the world at the time, and even in the African assets. France did it, Britain did it, Canada still does it. In fact, Channel Islands, which is still 2 colonial holdings, America has not finished. They've not finished, even though they promised the world they would. UK's never let them go and keeps them as British Empire assets. 2 of them, Channel Islands, which you'll find the diamond company attached to the royal family out of, as was Elon Musk's father and many others. He escaped. He never got dismembered. Never did. Not like the rest of the regime of South Africa. His family squeaked off clean. How did they do it? They went to Canada. The #1 design pre-South Africa. South Africa's colonial design that America dismembered using military might, released Nelson Mandela from jail and allowed a fair election. They hosted a fair election. This has been done many times. 2001, you can look at South Sudan. How did they gain independence? Well, guess what? The United Nations Security Council, permanent 5 members, hosted it. If you were Sudanese, you could vote as a refugee in Canada to see that happen in 2001, and it did. It did. They divided the country for the people. Citizens from subjects. Facebook fact check that. Go check it out. Look at the royalty regimes of each and every of the 50 states of the United States, especially diamonds. It doesn't matter. Precious metals, minerals, mining, tech, anything of harvested resources. Look what the American citizen gets. Doesn't matter what state. They all have some slight rules, but you'll see a tremendous amount of revenue. And when you go into the crown colonials, the countries who are still subjects, they don't have citizens, you will find that the royalties are pathetic. Pathetic. Do you want to tell me about wealth transfer and thievery? You want to talk about breaching laws? Those are serious human rights violations. Still going on today, and mum's the word in the United States, because I guess Americans have forgotten that they were once subjects too, and the War of Independence turned the subject into a citizen, turned the savages into citizens. That's the truth of it. That's my video. Good luck, Facebook. All the evidence is there, easily searched, as a lot of my friends and followers proved on the last video. Easily looked up. If you've got a problem with those links or those truths, that's not my problem, but look at the royalty rates. USA, any 50 state, and compare it to the countries I just listed in the history of South Africa pre-1994, Nazi Germany pre-1945, and Canada 1867 till right now as I walk. Good luck, Facebook fact check. You guys did a piss poor job on the last one. I doubt my video is going to go down, and you get all the lovers of conservatism. What's conservatism? Go look that up in the definition dictionary. Primary definition: to be conservative means you're physically responsible. I don't see that in Canada, and I don't see a single conservative who claims to be conservative show me any history of any physical restraint. There's none. It's divine socialism, because again, we're not people here. We're defined as subjects and savages. People can't figure that out. You can't look at the legal speak of your own constitution, the highest laws in the land. Don't know what to tell you. Americans are blessed. From an early age, they get civics. They learn all about their governing system. They learn about their constitution at a very, very early age. Most Canadians don't even know what a constitution is. Half of them don't even believe we have one. If we do talk about it, it's a one-page charter from 1982. And people talk like that's the end-all and be-all. That's just one of literally, folks, 154 pages of our Constitution with all its 13 amendments. Creation of every province and territory. And people don't know this. It's pathetic. Lawyers will talk about it. Derek Sloan, you got Mark Friesen and his East Indian guy, Salim. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. That scares me. It scares me, folks. But that's what happens when you don't have a real civics plan in place, when you don't have provincial constitutions like the 50 states of the United States. Facebook fact check that. I thought we were a federalism too. Oh, just an uncodified, pure autocratic federalism. Worse than Russia, right? Isn't that what we're talking about? Because at least in Russia, those 85 and the new ones that they're taking from Donbass down to Crimea, at least those 85 all have codified, written constitutions on the rules of governance, how to govern, and accountability. You'll find none of that in Canada. We're worse. That's my video. Thanks. Bye.